People as old as 79 can still make new brain cells. Guess you can teach an old man or a woman some new tricks. A new study claims the brain continues to produce hundreds of new neurons daily, even in older people, in a process called neurogenesis. Scientists from the University of Columbia examined the brains of 28 dead people who were 14 to 79 at the age of death to see if aging affects neuron production. The team looked for the presence of neurons in different stages of development, including stem cells, intermediate progenitor cells, immature neurons, and new neurons. Researchers found similar numbers of neuroprogenitor cells and immature neurons regardless of age. This led them to conclude the human brain can produce neurons even in old age. But just last month, another study published by the University of California found that new neuron production in adults was undetectable. So, guess the jury's still out. Like breaking through? Keep watching.
New Yorkers coughing it up for Chinese remedy. As the flu season slams the U.S., good old Americans are looking for relief anywhere they can find it. In the Big Apple, it looks like people have finally discovered Nimzhong's Pi Pa Gao, a Chinese herbal remedy made in Hong Kong. It helps soothe the sore throats, relieve coughs, and reduce phlegm with its special sauce, lettuce, cheese. In Asia, a bottle probably costs $5 to $6, but according to the Wall Street Journal, a bottle can run as high as $70 through online third-party retailers. But not to fear, Amazon and Walmart have cheaper prices. But if you wanted China cheap, head down to some of those old-school Chinatown pharmacies. King World Medicines Group owns the cough syrup and saw its stock price shoot up 27% because of the WSJ article. Man in vegetative state responds to treatment. After being in a vegetative state for 15 years, a French man is showing some signs of consciousness after neurosurgeons implanted a vagus nerve stimulator in his chest. Researchers wanted to test the ability of vagus nerve stimulation to restore consciousness in a person in a vegetative state. Vagus nerve stimulation begins with implanting a device in the chest and running a wire under the skin. This wire connects the vagus nerve and the device. The device sends electrical pulses along the nerve to the brainstem, which in turn transmits these impulses to certain brain areas. Researchers found that after 1 month of stimulation, the patient's attention, movements, and brain activity significantly improved. The scientists are now planning a larger study to confirm and extend the potential of vagus nerve stimulation.
Limitless blood supply is not too far off. It's taken nearly 2 decades, but scientists may finally have the recipe to create stem cells, that wellspring of life and holy grail of regenerative medicine. A Boston research team programmed human pluripotent stem cells to become endothelial cells, which typically line the inside of blood vessels. These were injected with special proteins called transcription factors, then transplanted into mice. Weeks later, the cells had multiplied, and in some cases formed a wide range of human blood cells in the mice's bodies. A second research team used blood cells from mice and injected them with a mix of transcription factors. The cells morphed into stem cells after incubating in petri dishes designed to mimic a human blood vessel environment. When injected into weak mice that had been treated with radiation, the stem cells regenerated both blood and immune cells. The mice recovered and went on to live full lifespans. The groundbreaking research from both teams provides hope for patients who suffer from blood cancers and other diseases. But tests need to be carried out to determine any negative effects before the procedure can go to human trials.
Malaria vaccine could lead to general cure for cancer. Scientists researching a vaccine against malaria in pregnant women may have accidentally discovered an effective weapon against cancer. Scientists from the University of Copenhagen and the University of British Columbia have identified that the carbohydrate the malaria parasite attaches itself to in the placenta of a pregnant woman is identical to a carbohydrate present in cancer cells. Scientists have created the protein that the malaria parasite uses to attach to the placenta in a laboratory and have added a toxin. The combination of the malaria protein and toxin finds cancer cells, is absorbed, then the toxin is released inside, causing the cancer cells to die. Research groups from the two universities have tested thousands of samples, from brain tumors to leukemias, and have found that the malaria protein is able to attack more than 90% of all types of tumors. The drug was tested on mice implanted with 3 types of human tumors: non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, prostate cancer, and metastatic bone cancer. The mice that were given doses of protein and toxin showed far higher survival rates than the untreated mice. Researchers are now working towards being able to conduct human trials. They say the earliest possible time frame would be in 4 years.